And we are now recording video live. We're not on the radio yet. We will be in moments. In our headphones, we can hear the opening billboard play. You're kind of behind the scenes, folks. This is our YouTube replay availability. We've only been in this brand new video audio multi-purpose studio for a week or 10 days. I don't even know how this stuff works yet. So stand by. I will click some more buttons and we will do our level best. Leslie, hot mic. And away we go again. We're talking about the weather. We're talking about the countdown to Christmas. How many Fridays until then? Not very many. Bottom of hour, we're going to have John Coutinho, all things emergency planning and so forth, the mayor of Muncie, in just a moment. I'm Steve Lindell, as introduced by Tom Campbell, the voice of WMUN. The voice of weather is Paul Poteet. Let's get his forecast right now on WMUN. Oof. And again, for our video watchers, replayers, we hear Paul Poteet doing the weather forecast right now. You will hear and see the mayor in just a moment. Leslie, hot mic. All right, Paul, back to you every hour, right around the top of the hour. Paul Poteet, weather updates for WMUN and Wolf Boom Radio to make sure you are informed as well as entertained. Paul is entertaining, too. All right, our first guest of this morning, the Honorable Mayor of Muncie, Indiana, Dan Ridenour, wearing a Christmassy tie.
Oh, yeah.
Did you do that just because you knew we were going to be on video streaming today?
Yes. Well, plus we're doing a pitch-in today at City Hall.
Oh, what are you pitching in? I need to know.
Well, it is.
Oh, well, what's your wife pitching in?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay,
it's a dressing.
A dressing?
Yeah. Oh, yes. So some people call it stuffing.
Could you tell us a little bit about it? I think people want to know.
It's got sausage and bread and all kinds of things that would be in that wonderful item. It's a Georgia dish.
Okay.
So my wife put it together.
Low fat, high in nutrients and so forth.
That's right.
Okay. Mayor Dan Ridenour, you can see his little fib there on the camera screen here. What do you think of the new room that we're in?
This is incredible. What an incredible studio this is, and I think you were explaining it can do a number of things. So, real exciting about the opportunities that can exist for not only this type of interview, but a lot of other activities. So pretty impressive.
We made a big investment, Jay Chapman, Wolf Boom Radio, to use our voice to build and connect our communities. That's our mantra, and this will enable us to continue to do these sorts of interviews, Mr. Mayor, and a whole lot of other things, too. We've not released publicly some of these ideas and notions, but we are open to ideas and notions from you and everybody. So let's get on to business here. It was really good to see you at the Muncie Community Christmas Sing again on Sunday. I got to tell you, and I'm not just saying this because I'm on camera and I'm sucking up, I think that was your best opening that I've seen so far in all of your mayordom. You didn't have notes or a script or anything. You were just having fun.
Well, that event is so much fun, and being able to hear and watch the students sing, and then the combination orchestras and choirs that are students and teachers. It's a wonderful event, and if someone hasn't been there, I would strongly encourage you to go. It's a great 2 hours, and the music is wonderful, and really appreciate Mr. Clark and everybody else who puts that all together.
We'll have Chuck Reynolds on tomorrow morning, sitting in that very chair, the CEO of the MCS. I think there's a school board meeting tonight, by the way.
Is he wearing the jacket?
No, I think that special jacket. Did you pay the $5 fee?
I did not. I couldn't get to him. There was such a line.
Okay, I announced as the MC of the event, it was an ad lib. It was not on the card. He was wearing some sort of what appeared to be a crushed velour, velvety sort of a jacket. Very, very festive. And I said as a fundraiser that people could pet the jacket, and like $5 or whatever. President Mearns was in for 10. He was helping out.
I saw that.
I think the total amount raised was $10, by the way, though I did a $5. Okay, so I could talk about a lot of things, Mr. Mayor, but let me start with the most recent, at least that's in my brain. Another new development. This is an apartment development. I understand it is senior in nature, and it's right next to the trailhead. Tell everybody physically where it is going to end up, and a little more about how this came to pass.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know the exact address, but it is on East Weiser. It is the location directly to the west of the Cardinal Greenway headquarters.
Okay.
So, and it's currently McGuff Roofing. Mm-hmm. So they're moving to a different location, so that building will be torn down, and there's going to be a 4-story, since this is video, I can do this. I'm a hand talker anyway.
Yes.
So it'll be a 4-story building, but it's designed for seniors. So 55 plus will be the age group. It's a 4-story building, and it'll be right on the Greenway. So some of those apartments will have windows overlooking the Greenway. It'll be a great place for people to participate in some of that trail system that we have, which is really the envy of a lot of cities.
Boy, it is massive and well taken care of, and quite an attribute for the city of Muncie and Delaware County too, because it stretches beyond the city limits.
Yes,
it's so big. Muncie Mayor Dan Ridenour, our guest, WMUN's Delaware County Today. Steve Lindell talking all things city. Not that long ago, there was right across from City Hall a big announcement, a big tent set up. I think the governor even made an appearance. It was very special. Tell us about what was announced that time, since it's the first time that we've had a chance to talk a lot since.
So that was our Ready 2.0 submission, and Muncie was awarded enough funds to do what we brought in were 2 different developers. One will be doing a building downtown, which will be a 4-story apartment building, market rate priced apartments. So they won't be inexpensive. They'll be whatever the market is, but we're getting real close and being able to announce a tenant on the first floor. Those negotiations are going on and are in the final stages, but there'll be 4 stories of apartments, 54 units. It will be a sister project to the White River Lofts, so so it'll be a similar look and feel. And so we're excited about that. The other half of the project will be 34 homes, new homes in the Old West End. And so we partnered with the county, with the Muncie Land Bank, and the city and the Muncie Redevelopment Commission, and provided 30 lots. So there'll be 30 brand new homes built over the next couple of years on some of those empty lots, and 4 houses are going to be refurbished that are there that the city controls, or we have provided to the land bank, or the land bank controls. So there's 4 houses that will be upgraded and 30 new ones going in. So a total of 88 more homes, and then you add the 98 senior living along the Greenway, which we're excited to get some development on the Greenway. And then another thing that you may not have in your notes, but Thursday night at the Planning Commission, a new subdivision was approved unanimously. They're asking for 0 variances, and it'll be 126 new homes will be under construction. They will start doing the infrastructure, which is putting in the streets and the utilities. All the utilities will be underground. They'll start doing that in the spring, and expect to be building at the beginning of 27. And that will be single-family homes, probably in the 300 to 350 range up. And that will be at the corner, right at the roundabout, the Morrison roundabout at Jackson and Morrison. So those 35 acres south of the condos, 37 acres, that will be a new subdivision called Mason Ridge.
This is the mayor of Muncie telling me something I didn't know, that last item there, and I'll tell you why I didn't know it. Because I was freezing my headphones off at the Light Up Muncie event. Now, he was too.
Yes.
So what you don't know, folks, behind the scenes, and I think I might have told this story on Monday morning because I had permission. So this young man was running in the lighted parade, which, by the way, was fantastic and fun.
It was incredible. It was great.
He's whipping candy canes at kids' heads. He's having a great time. Is that an accurate statement?
Unfortunately, yes. Yes.
So he gets done with that, and then they jet him. I think it was a helicopter trip to the Planning Commission meeting. Was it a helicopter trip?
It was on foot.
It's not that far. But he had to leave Light Up Muncie in the parade to do that, and the thing that we just explained, that's news to me. That's great news.
Yeah.
Then he comes running back. Did you at least get a golf cart ride back or something?
No, I enjoyed the walk back.
And then you flipped the switch with Sandy Claus for the tree and everything.
So the Light Up Muncie was just tremendous. So many participants, and it was just a lot of fun. I just felt Clark Griswold was there, and as was Cousin Eddie, and and lots of others. It was great.
Cousin Eddie took the RV up to one of the Muncie Sanitary District, sewer thingers. I don't think he was supposed to do that, if you're familiar with the movie at all.
I am familiar with
Dan Ridenour. While on the subject of camping, why don't we switch gears to Prairie Creek? You also have made an announcement since we've last spoken about new plans and new things happening at Prairie Creek. Tell us what, if they don't know yet, is happening out there and why, and maybe what is next.
Yeah, so there's a 38-acre section that has been, what do we call it? Season-long camping.
Okay.
We'll call it that. And most of the people had renewed, not all of them, but most of them did. But in communications with the water company, we understand that is our drinking water, and we wanted to do some upgrades. And so based on a meeting that we had with the water company on Monday, we decided to go ahead and shut that down for 1 year, and we're going to reimagine that site. So we'll probably make it smaller. That's the goal. And then put in some other amenities that would make it more attractive. So it will be back, but it will take a little bit of time we got to get it cleaned out, figure out exactly what we want to do.
Will it ultimately be camping sites when it's all said and done?
There should be, part of it will be camping sites, and there could be some other amenities in there as well that would be available for the citizens of Muncie, park-like.
Okay. One thing that we've explained on our news coverage, too, with information coming from your office, is Prairie Creek Reservoir, the agreement, the contract, whatever, with the water company out there was set up, 100 years ago. I'm exaggerating a little bit,
only a little.
That it has been overdeveloped beyond what was laid out in the criteria of what that water or that body of water was intended to be, and obviously it is a water source for the city of Muncie. I would assume has some part and parcel and play into what is, as you say, reimagined moving forward. Is that accurate?
That is accurate, yes. We've been working very closely with them, and so there were some adjustments to the park in decades past that were not in writing. So we've worked with the water company. We have their full support. And we're going to reimagine this, and we're going to make it better for the citizens of Muncie.
Better's always good, and thank everybody for their patience. By the way, your opening statement at the Muncie Community Christmas Sing I thought was fantastic. There was a water main break earlier that morning. I believe you started with a comment about you didn't mean for that to happen at that particular moment, or words to that effect. But the reason I bring that up is there's a lot of underground working happening around town. I see crews digging holes and repairing, fixing, replacing things. Can you even keep all of that straight and square in your mind?
No.
No.
That's the answer. We do the best we can. I would say the city engineer is on top of most of those things. But it's important that we continue to spend funds and time and effort to do the infrastructure, especially the underground. The downtown's so important. The part that the sanitary is doing that's right there on Weiser that has the bridge closed and Weiser, there are three underground drainage sewage pipes that converge at that spot, and they have to be replaced. And so with the new development coming and the other things that we're trying to do and the growth that's happening in that area, we just felt like it was time. So it was actually scheduled some time ago. We knew it was coming. We didn't know exactly when it was going to start because it's a contractor and they're given finish dates.
Sure.
And they start as their schedule allows, and that's kind of what happened on this one.
All right, this is our last time to talk, at least on the radio and the video, before Christmas time. So I always ask the mayor of Muncie to give us some thoughts as we head towards the Christmas and New Year's holidays.
Well, I would say that as certainly Christmas, I would ask everybody to keep in mind the true reason for this celebration, and it's also a great time to be with family and friends and just spread love and joy to others. And then for the new year, I'm a big goal setter, so I would encourage people to set some goals. And then take steps each and every day to make sure that those occur. That's, I think, a secret of life is that consistency of doing it each and every day, whatever that is, will have a positive impact on your life.
Well, Merry Christmas to you and your family,
Merry
Mr. Mayor.
Christmas to you, Steve. This wonderful facility, I'm just excited to see it for the first time. And Merry Christmas to everybody out there from Muncie and Delaware County.
We will continue with more Delaware County Today in just a moment. We're on WMUN. All right, Leslie, I will talk out of the break and get into the summary. And as we talked about before, let's let the summary play into break 2 and go from there. I got an okie dokie, thank you. I'm looking at the waveform. There's a gap in between the two audio chunks. Is that odd? For those watching the video, I'm talking to Leslie Griffin. She's my producer in the Axia Command Center, and we're communicating behind the scenes about 122 things. We'll get back to that, Leslie. That's not urgent, but I just wanted to have you check that out for me. Change of plan, change of plan. Let's not go summary here. Instead, let's go floater list. I'll be able to do one or two of those. I'll go snapshot first, not summary. I'll go snapshot first and then maybe another one. And then we'll go break 2, and I bet you John will be here with less waiting than if we did the whole 6 on the news, because I went a little long with the mayor there, okay? Again, snapshot is next. Not summary, snapshot, hot mic. As we await the arrival of our next guest, John Coutinho, director of the Delaware County Emergency Management Agency, from our video studio right next to the main building here on the campus of WMUN and Woof Boom Radio. Let's get a snapshot of your day today. We'll go hot mic. As heard on WMUN, News Talk, Sports Talk, Community Talk, the talk radio of Muncie, in our brand new video, audio, multimedia room this morning in the Axia Command Center in the building right next to us. Leslie Griffin is producing. It's 8:26. This is our ability every day to talk in a different way with video streaming as well, and the possibilities are building and endless. We're very proud of this addition, this investment for Woof Boom Radio, and the ability to do even more and different kinds of things. I could show you right now, if you're watching on the video replay, the WMUN word of the day. I could hold it up right there, but I don't know that you could even read this word. I'll have to practice that one off air. I will do this, though. I will take a break before we bring in our next guest. We are expecting John Coutinho to arrive momentarily. Before we go to that, I want to say hello and good morning to Sister Sherry in Portland, Oregon, way out west. I will tell the story before the end of the hour. She reminded me of something that I missed yesterday when Dr. Jeff Bird was here. Look at that. I got Leslie as a producer, I got Nancy as a producer, and now I got Sherry as a producer too. I've got Mama and Roger listening in Minnesota. Chicagoland is always on. Saw some listeners overseas a little while ago. They might have been bots. They very well could have been real people. Sometimes they are. In fact, I think more often than not. I see Indianapolis and Fishers and Carmel are online watching and listening. Well, actually just listening. The watching part is still a work in progress. We'll be back with more Delaware County Today in just a moment on WMUN. Oh, not yet. This is just the promo. We got a minute. Almost. You can hear us now on the video. Hello, everybody. We're not on the radio yet, but we will be. You'll see John Coutinho in just a moment, folks. I was just explaining some possibilities of this new room that he's seeing for the first time right now. Maybe we'll cover that on the air, too, in just a moment. We are coming out of the break right now. Leslie, hot mic. As we bring you now another, well, frequent guest, but the first timer for this room, John Coutinho, the director of the Emergency Management Agency for Delaware County. I promised, John, with all of your fitness going on, that you would do some flexing for us today. Would you be so kind at some time before the end of the interview?
We'll see if we can squeeze that in.
Those that know you know exactly what I'm talking about. He has made incredible strides with health and fitness. We've seen the transformation, John. Very happy for you and proud as well. 8:31. Let's say hello to Greenville, South Carolina. I've got another listener in Missouri. That is how you say that, isn't it, John?
That's correct.
Missouri is the pronunciation. I've got Ohio listening right now. Oh, your football team. I'm so sorry, near Dublin, Ohio. You a fan of the IU team at all? And you don't have to be.
I'm not a big college football or anything. So
I got you. So that game didn't necessarily would mean as much to you as it did probably to some other people,
exactly.
The EMA.
Right, yeah, exactly.
All right, let's get into some subject matter here with the Emergency Management Agency. John directs the planning and the testing and the what ifs, and that's really a large part of the job. When something happens, though, that's when you and your staff are very much called into action. What are some of the recent episodes that you've been called in to help with, if you can just start there?
Usually, I mean, in any major traffic accident, as well as the extreme road hazards that we have with winter and all that, which, that's one thing I'd like to discuss a little bit too when we get a chance, is the travel advisory stuff. But it's not always emergencies. We had the honor of helping and assisting with Corporal Blake Reynolds' funeral procession throughout the city as he went to his final resting place. So things of that nature, just anything that we can help out with the community or in general. So
I saw some of your staff also were kind enough to show up at the Light Up Muncie parade. I think they got some video of the tree being turned on. Right. Things like that, kind of fun to do on the side also.
Yeah, we always, anytime the city or the county needs anything from our guys, that we can just lend extra hands out there. That's always a huge help to them with some of their staffing, because they still have to maintain the road and take emergency calls. So anytime we can go out to help them, it makes it easier for them.
John Coutinho is on WMUN. This is the talk of Muncie and Delaware County Today. Steve Lindell here. Let's talk about those travel advisories, the various levels and so forth. It's always a little bit confusing, especially in the first one or two of the season every year. Everybody has to get used to it. But there's also some things that I think people can be a little clearer on if they listen to your explanation, which you're about to do right now.
Yeah, so, we issue those, and the main picture is we have to look at the county as a whole, not just in the city or in the small towns. So when we're taking that into advice of what we need to make it as, we look at the whole picture. So, we go to yellow, which is just a simple, basic, hey, you can normally travel 55 miles an hour on your roadways to get to work. You might have to go 40 or 45 now. So it's restricted. So it's just, in some areas. So yellow is just the basic cautionary, hey, you might give yourself a little more time, like you and I always speak about. Give yourself time. Mm-hmm. The next level is the orange level. Now that's where you're going to start getting into, you got roads that might be closed due to drifting, or, hey, only if you think you can go to work. At that point, a lot of businesses on their own start implementing their emergency plans of what they do when it gets to this kind of weather. So a lot of that goes back onto, I know we get the question, well, why isn't places closed? Well, that's also up to the businesses. We don't close businesses. That's not our forte. We just watch the roads. So if you have those questions, you need to talk to your bosses and all that. So,
Sure.
And then the most severe is the red level. That comes by
Yep. John Coutinho.
that comes by the commissioner's ordinance to declare a disaster. So it's got to be ordinance by the commissioners to go to red. Now, when you go to red, that's when you start shutting businesses down. They have to shut down, and we don't want to do that.
In those situations, folks, and I'm telling you, telling our listeners this, you've explained it to me plenty of times, John. When you get into a consideration of a red level, the most serious travel threat situation, that's everybody either in a room or sometimes it's Zoom visual because you can't be all in the room together if the roads are that bad. And everybody has to talk about the various levels and layers and what it's like in the county, what it's like in the city roads, what we're encountering with our crews out there. Yeah. And then they have to actually have, as you said, an ordinance. They have to pass verbiage to determine what is that situation's situation to deal with. Am I saying that sort of right?
That's correct. So everybody will be in the room, and we'll pull everybody, just like you said, the county highway sanitary district, Muncie sanitary or Muncie Street Department, the mayor, commissioners, and pull all these people together to say, hey, what's going to be the best here? And they'll enact an emergency declaration, and that may last 24 hours, 12 hours, but it's revisited after that time frame and see, hey, have we made some progress? Are we getting better? Are we getting worse? Do we need to extend this out? So, there's constant meetings like, we've discussed before. So
we have the ability also to talk to John and Kyle and others while they're literally out on the roads. And now, John, we will be able to be doing that sort of a thing in this sort of a way too, to have a visual depiction. Sure. To go with the radio broadcast. Zoom is something else we were using and built into this room. We've used some other apparatus before in the past, so you and I are going to have to do a test to Sure. Zoom and that particular technology so that when something does happen, we are ready to act as a radio station and as a media company to help you Sure. help others. This is WMUN's Delaware County Today. Steve Lindell with John Coutinho, the director of the Delaware County Emergency Management Agency. How long have you been on the job now?
This year coming up will be my 11th year.
Okay.
With EMA.
And you love it? Do you sometimes look at it and go, holy cow, what have I gotten myself into?
There might be a few times like that, but most part I do. I love this job. It's something that's different every day. It's not come in, punch a clock, and do my work and go home. It's always something new.
You do have volunteer positions that you need help with. If somebody had an inkling to help their community and maybe do something in that regard, how might they consider it, and what's the process for it?
So yeah, we always have volunteers. We have different groups within our volunteers. We have the RACES group, which is ham radio. We had the field support, which does traffic support, and a drone operator. So they can go to our website and dcema.com, and there's an application. We need you, the Uncle Sam memo photograph there, but they can look through there and see the things that we do and the whatever we offer, so they can see if that fits their needs or what they would like to participate in.
Last couple of questions as far as resources. Remind them where they can go to get a lot of useful information for their own home or business planning and preparation.
Right. So our Facebook page, we always post a lot of stuff on there. We have a lot of following, so that's a good place for great information. Again, our website, dcma.com. And then even if it's not ours necessarily, but ready.gov really has a lot of information for home preparedness and all that. So we pull a lot of that stuff as well for our page.
Final question for John Coutinho right ahead of Christmas time. Are you prepared? And what I mean is your shopping done? Are you completed with all of your personal duties?
I think the wife and I have one more day of shopping, and then we will be completely done. One more day.
You said, I think.
I think.
You didn't say, I know. You said, I think.
I'll confer with her on that one.
Nancy makes our plans, too. I know how that goes. It's usually best. Last time we'll be able to talk before Christmas. Maybe you could do some Christmas greetings for the community before we let you go.
Hey, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and hopefully, we don't get any severe weather. But if we do, please take your time, follow our Facebook page, and listen to Steve on WMUN or WLBC.
Excellent. Thank you very much, John. Spoken like he just read it right off the card, and there's no card because you can see into the studio now. More coming in a moment. This is Delaware County Today on WMUN. All right, and we're back. Video still rolling, audio not on the air yet. Closed circuit for Miss Leslie Griffin. House call, Fox on Tech, Dean's List, the three we have remaining. We'll use those in order. And I've got to remember, I'm going to tell that story next, the one that my sister reminded me of. Leslie has heard me talk about this before, I think. My sister Sherry, who lives in Portland, Oregon, and I reference her as she clicks on and listens on the Alexa device way out west. She has very, very severe multiple sclerosis and not very mobile, as you would imagine. And she's doing as well as she can, and we love her and we miss her. She's so far, far away, family and friends and so forth. But she reminded me this morning about something I didn't say yesterday, so she's sharper than a tack. Okay, Leslie, hot mic. One of the other programs that we air on WMUN every day is called Tony Katz Today. That's noon to 3 today and every weekday. He also uses YouTube Live for his program. He talks about it on the air. I've actually learned some things about how he manages and maintains his audience, both the radio and the video audience. And when he is during a commercial break, he keeps talking. So you can see him pause for just a moment on the YouTube channel for Tony Katz Today, and he keeps talking about the subject that he was just talking about on the radio. Then the commercial break is playing on the radio. As it ends, he pauses for just a moment. You can see it happening the way he has his system set up. And then he starts talking again, and it all makes sense on the radio. I don't know if I can do it quite that way. I'll try to be as good as Tony Katz Today. And then once in a great while, he'll put up a graphic on the screen of his YouTube Live. This is noon to 3 every day on WMUN, 92.5 FM, 1340 AM, etc. He will put up a graphic that says taking a break, going to the bathroom, getting a drink. I can't remember, but it says in a sort of a lighthearted way what he's doing. So the cameras are off for a moment. He disappears, and then he comes back to resume the show. It's 8:45. We're live on radio, the original social media. Story for my sister Sherry coming in about 60 seconds. But first, let's do this. Some are switching their vice. For our video watchers, there is a feature on called House Call for Health right now, and they're talking about some Gen Z people are reducing their alcohol consumption, but they are increasing their marijuana cannabis consumption instead. New study out showing that data and information. Okay. We'll go hot mic. All right, so you're going to hear it and see it right now. I'm not certain I can pull this off. Mick Tidrow is right now in our Zoom room, and I'm not certain that I can get to him fast enough because, to be quite honest, I didn't do the clicks in advance of our program today. Hold on a second. You're going to see and hear me doing something. This is totally on the fly, folks. Stand by. Let's try this. I'm going to click on this. This is never been done before. Everything is new. Everything is new. I'm going to click join, and I'm going to, yep, there's Mick right there. Mick, I think I can hear you now. Can you speak to me to test this out for just a second?
Absolutely. Test 1, 2, Steve. Good morning.
We are on the radio live, and the funniest part of this is that we're doing Delaware County Today. For the video watchers right now, they see me holding my cell phone up to my microphone. It's right next to my eyeball. I didn't do my clicks on the big computer screen prior to you zooming in and doing what you were supposed to do. So I'm punting here. What do you think of that?
I think your ingenuity is something else, Steve. I'm here for it.
And I'm here for you. Mick Tidrow is the voice of the Cardinals on WMUN and all kinds of platforms. We're into the basketball season now. We're cranking up, and it never isn't busy, is it, Mick?
Yeah, this is an interesting time of the year, Steve. Things have continued to pick up the pace, but we're at that time of year now with hoops in full swing, volleyball on the men's side, and gymnastics about to pick up in January from a regular season standpoint. So, yeah, tons coming up, and the holiday season's, of course, always exciting. But how about this, Steve? In 11 days, we have MAC basketball.
Holy.
December MAC hoops.
You're ready for it, aren't you?
I'm so ready for it. We're so close, though. It's crazy to think that it's right around the corner.
So what's the prognosis for the conference season for both the men and the women? What's it feeling like? What are you hearing?
I think, Steve, we have a lot to figure out. There's still so much to be decided, and I think with all these teams playing the teams that they have in non-conference this year, I think it's really made it an interesting case of what the conference season is going to be like. And I don't say that to be cliche. I think it's more of we're learning a lot about these teams because everybody has so many new faces on both the men's and the women's side of MAC college basketball. So I think the overall vibe is that this thing is a wide open door. Now, on the men's side, Akron has taken a pretty big leap. They're in the top 60 in the net rankings and the KenPom rankings right now. So Akron's one of those teams that's continued to put itself in a really good position. But outside of that, everybody else is trying to figure things out. Miami's still unbeaten on the men's side too. So that's where that's at. Women's basketball, men's, or the Ball State side of things, dropped one to Davidson, but it's a tough place to win on the road, and they're playing one heck of a schedule right now, Steve. They get to go to Louisville, play South Dakota State, who's one of the top mid-major programs as well. So I think the women's team is a very good team, and they are figuring out things as they go too with a very, very tough non-conference road schedule right now.
This is Mick Tidrow, who can see my eyeball in my Zoom camera. I'm sure it's very attractive. We're in the we're in the backup mode here on WMUN. You've done this before. When you have sorts of situations, have you ever taken like alligator clips and snapped two wires together to try and get a ball game on the radio or something to that effect?
I mean, we haven't had to go that far, but pretty close. We've had to do some pretty crazy things. We've had to run wires to rooms that we didn't think would have power or internet, and those are always fun times. So I've never had to do exactly what you have to do or what you're saying is going on, but we've had to use the cell phone to do many of things on a radio broadcast before. So power to you, Steve. This is a fun one for you.
Final minute that we have. What's on your show tomorrow? The Thanksgiving edition was the one I heard last live, and you were really going off on the favorite side dishes with all those coaches and guests on that one.
We were, yeah, and to truth be told, I still never tried the cranberry sauce. It was not presented to me, and I did not go seek it out.
Okay.
So to follow up to that, it didn't happen. From a guest standpoint, though, Steve, we'll have Director of Athletics Jeff Mitchell, and we're still working on some other guests right now from a show standpoint. So we'll get that all squared away, but a couple of days to work on it. We'll see where it all takes us.
All right. That is Mick Tidrow, the voice of the Cardinals. Thank you very much, Mick. You can see my whole face now. Hey, how you doing there, buddy? Have a great rest of your day, and chirp, chirp to you.
You too, Steve. Appreciate you having me on. Hopefully the tech fun continues. Go Cardinals.
All right. Mick Tidrow is our guest, and we are proud of that. I should have done that better. I can make mistakes. Can I? I don't think so. Got to do better. Got to be better. Steve Lindell, WMUN, Delaware County Today. Next item right now, we'll start with the word warning, okay? Warning on this one. Most of what you're about to hear is over my head, but it sounds very ominous. So you're behind the scenes now, viewers. What I was supposed to do there was log in advance with various clicks and so forth, and I've done it properly several times already from this brand new studio and room. I just didn't do it right. So while I was talking to you on the radio, I dreamed up a new way to do it as a backup. Didn't sound as good as it should have, but at least we got it executed. All right, Leslie, hot mic. All right, and the final item here before we get to Janice Dean, the story from yesterday when Dr. Bird was in here. I mentioned yesterday that the time before he had talked about a lung screening benefit from IU Health. Well, somebody heard that on WMUN, that segment. They got the lung screening and they had open heart surgery double bypass because he didn't know the situation was happening until he got that $49 lung screening. Wow. Now from the archives from December of 2021, but still a neat story. Okay, hot mic. All right, Janice pulling that out of the archives as she continues to deal with some health issues. Hopefully she will be back on the job sooner rather than later, and hopefully she and you too will have a healthy Christmas season coming up. Back tomorrow morning, Delaware County Today.